Hi everyone in YouTube land, Akaya here. I know it's been quite a while since I did a video, but, well, a lot of things have happened since my last video, but this one kind of hits home for me. Nobody knows here, at least I don't think, unless you know me off the video. You know me and, as a Walmart cashier or you're a friend of mine. I was adopted when I was 5 months old. And on April 10th, 2007, I found my biological mom. It was wonderful. But just April 2nd of this year, I had a humongous surprise. All I knew about my dad, my biological dad, was that he was a truck driver. And I did 23andMe hoping actually to find my missing brother. Because my biological mom had 3 kids, and I have an older brother and a younger sister. I met my sister Mary the day I met Helen, my biological mama. But all Helen could tell me about my dad was that he was a truck driver. And, well, on April 2nd, I was here at my fiance Prince Skywarp's house, sitting right here at my desk, my laptop. Some said, check your results. 23andMe, check my 23andMe DNA results. I'm like, okay. I logged into my account, went to DNA relatives, and to my shock, surprise, and delight, the top one was aunt. Now, mind you, up until this point, second cousins had been the closest I had gotten. I had not gotten anything closer than that. So my first message to her was, I know this might sound weird, but according to my results, you are my aunt. She was just as surprised as I was. But also she didn't know, she was my aunt. She thought she knew all her nieces and nephews. So I asked her 2 simple questions. Do you have a brother who was a truck driver in the 80s? Is that all? As I said, that's all I knew about my dad, my biological dad. Or do you have family from New Jersey? Because my biological mom, Helen's from New Jersey. She said that she had a brother or 2 that were truck drivers in the 80s. There was just one brother who was a truck driver. And with that answer, I knew that was my dad's family. That her brother was my dad. And she was my aunt through him. And, wow. I got to know a lot about him. But this was the best surprise I ever got. And this is the closest I'll ever get to him. This is my father. Sadly, he died July 28th, 2018. His name was Larry. As I stare at his picture, this one I just showed you, I'm like, wow. I've got his eyes. I've got his smile. I look like him. That was actually the best belated birthday present I ever have gotten. Finding out who my dad was. This woman here, I'm pointing at, is actually my Aunt Diana. She is the one who I was matched with. And the girl here is actually my cousin, her daughter, Dawn. The irony is, I'm a Walmart cashier in Jackson, Michigan. Dawn is a Walmart cashier in Surprise, Arizona. And she's also a manager of the Smart Style at that Walmart. I was like, oh my God. Not just how much Dawn and I are like. I mean, look at these two. We are family. I look so much like both of them. Actually, one of my coworkers said that these two actually look like they're sisters. But nope, it's, nope, other side. Mother and daughter. They all also could see the family resemblance there. I also found I have an uncle. This is my Uncle Jerry. I actually had a chance to talk to him. Aunt Diana gave me her phone number and Jerry's phone number. And I turned around and gave her my phone number. And as, like, maybe 5 minutes later, while we were on the road heading back to Jackson from Firekeepers Casino in Battle Creek, Michigan, my phone rang. My phone rang. And it said Jerry. I knew when I had the chance to first talk to him, my first words to him were going to be, "Hi, Uncle Jerry." And those are the exact words I said to him. "Hi, Uncle Jerry." Even though I couldn't see his face, I know I made his night. It made my night hearing his voice. We talked pretty much the whole ride from Battle Creek, Michigan, home to Jackson. We finished the call when we were just pulling. My mom was just pulling into our driveway. No, not my mom. Yes, my mom, because she picked us up at a gas station on North Deer Road. Oh, wow, that's all I gotta say. Just like finding Helen, it was a blessing. I mean, yes, I got to meet Helen. And I won't get to meet Larry until the day I go to heaven. I've seen him in my dreams. He had been for the past couple months in my dreams. And then the last time he was in my dreams was after I found out who he was. He was dressed just like that picture, which Aunt Diana said that's pretty much how he dressed daily. And what I said to him in that dream, I approached him and I said, "Hi, Dad." And I told him who I was. He didn't know the name Helen, but he remembered the image of her that I had in my mind. And it's funny, both finding Helen and Larry's family were so close to my birthday. My birthday is March 25th. I found Larry's family April 2nd this year. That was a belated 43rd birthday present for me. And then I found Helen on April 10th, 2007, which that was a belated 26th birthday present for me. It's like, wow. Can't believe it. I'm so glad to be able to know his family. Getting to know Larry. I've asked Diana a lot about, I'm like, is this, is this in your family? Is that in your family? Things that I know about me. And yes, she's like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm realizing a lot of who I am. Even though Larry was never involved in my life, a lot of who I am is from him. A lot of what I am, what I do, is from him. I honestly think my love of the Marines came from him because he was a Marine in Vietnam. My adopted grandfather would be my adopted mom's father, was a Marine in World War II. I thought that's where my love of the Marines came from and my respect. But I think actually it came from Larry. But it also could have come from both. I honestly don't know that. But also, I learned something huge about my great-grandfather from Larry. His name was Carl Francis Anthem. Carl designed the turbines in the Hoover Dam. I was like, holy shit. Sorry. You know it. And he also worked for NASA, and he was on that team that helped bring Apollo 13 home. If you watch the movie Apollo 13, at the end, that clip at the end is actually from the true Apollo 13 mission. I haven't watched it again, but Carl is in that last image. I'm figuring, because of how much I look like Larry's family, I'm going to know be able to pick out which one is Carl. Ugh. I'm stunned. I'm shocked. I mean, I did that test. I ordered it in 2020, I think it said. And only now, 4 years later, I get such a powerful hit. My aunt. It's like, wait. I was like, wait, what? I had to look like, when I looked at my computer screen and I started seeing the Diana Melton aunt. I was like, my fiance, Prince Skywarp, was sitting over in the living room. I'm in the dining room, just so you know. And he asked me what was going on. I'm like, I have an aunt. I found an aunt. I was here at Prince Skywarp's house after work because I don't work Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I am so glad I listened to my gut that night. I listened to that gut feeling, that gut saying, check your results. Check your results. I mean, honestly, aunt is not at all what I expected. I just thought maybe something closer, like a cousin. Not a second cousin, but just cousin, first cousin. I was like, aunt, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, that's nowhere near what I was expecting. I mean, yeah, I was expecting to find my brother, which I'm still hoping to find him. But also a big shock to me, I am one of 8 from him. I have 7 other siblings from Larry. But my mom who raised me said I shouldn't contact them because Larry was married to another woman for 48 years. And she is not my biological mom. He is my biological dad, but Helen is not that woman, the woman he was married to for 48 years. Oh yeah. Let's see if this can focus. It's not focusing. But right here it says Diana Melton, aunt. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 2nd, it'll be 1 month since I found that family. Unfortunately, I don't think Helen's with us anymore either, because she's not posted on Facebook since January 17th, 2022. And the week I found Larry's family, I emailed her, and I got no response. But what's even more ironic, Helen is or was in Minnesota. Isle, Minnesota, Bloomington, around there. Bloomington's where the Mall of America is, for those who don't know. And Larry was in New Ulm, Minnesota. And he died in New Ulm, Minnesota. They both ended up in Minnesota. That is like, wow. Part of me thinks maybe back in 2007 when I was at the Mall of America, I might have crossed paths with Larry or Diana. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's see. That was 17 years ago. Yeah. Actually, almost 17. It was, I flew out to Minnesota May 22nd of 2007. And I flew back to Michigan in May 29th of 2007. I celebrated Helen's first birthday with her. Not, 1 year old, but the first birthday I was able to celebrate with her. It's like, wow. I thought I should share this with you guys. This news, wow. My mind was blown when I saw Aunt. I'm like, I have an aunt. I mean, I know my adopted dad's sister, Aunt Faye. But to have a biological aunt and a biological uncle that am going to have a chance to meet, who want to know me, is just, Aunt Diana is in Omaha, Nebraska, and Uncle Jerry is in Parma, Idaho. Diana is safe for anyone who saw about the tornadoes that ripped through Nebraska. She did mark herself as safe, which I was so thankful. I didn't even know there was tornadoes, not till she told me. The only damage she had was hail damage on the car, but no broken windows. Tell me what you guys think. Have you had a surprise like that? A surprise DNA relative who, if you've done the 23andMe DNA test like I did, or did you do the ancestry DNA, or a DNA test like that? If you haven't, and you have considered doing the 23andMe and are not sure whether you should do it, I 100% say yes. I mean, all I knew of Helen was that she didn't have a job or a permanent home when I was born. That's why she gave me up. From when it came to Larry, all I knew was he was a truck driver. I had no name. I had no company name that he drove for. And yet that 23andMe DNA test helped me find him. Find his family. It was worth it. And my mom who raised me, she was supportive of me. Finding him, his family. She was excited for me. And I look forward to meeting her in person, to have that chance to talk to her. Oh, I did get to hear her voice that night that I talked to Larry. When I got on my computer at home, I went to Discord because she said sometimes she streams there. I'm like, let's just see. And she was streaming. I got to hear her voice. Oh my God. I heard my voice and Uncle Jerry's voice. But when I heard my Aunt Diana speaking, I'm like, oh my God. I hear my voice so much in hers. I sound so much like her. That tells me, not just DNA that tells me that she's my aunt, hearing my voice, my own voice and hers, hearing so much of who I am is common in their family. It just reaffirms that to me, they are my family. If she'll let me, when we meet, if we'll do a video for this channel so you can meet her too. Well, it is almost 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, sorry, I need to end this and go to sleep. Have a good night, everyone. Catch you later. If you don't have to, but I would like if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. It's not required. At least if you watch this, tell me what you think of what happened. Tell me, did you have this happen to you? How did it go for you? I wish you luck if you're someone like me who hasn't found the family with the DNA test. I wish you luck. But this is KAS signing out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.